I recently had this massive epiphany. It was in an interview we did recently with a record label called Inner Ocean Records. And as I was chatting in the interview, I went to their website and I had this massive realization I want to share with you. It's a quick episode today, but I think it can completely revolutionize the way you view your purpose as a record label. Hello, I'm Scott, and welcome to Other Record Labels, a platform and a channel where I try to help independent record labels, whether you're thinking about starting a record label or you've had a record label for a couple years. If you go to otherrecordlabels.com, I have a bunch of helpful resources for indie labels of all sizes and all stages. And if you go to otherrecordlabels.com/toolkit, you can download our free record label toolkit to help you get started. So as I'm talking with my friend Corey from Inner Ocean Records, this is a great label in Canada, and I'm on his website and I'm looking at things that he has for sale. Now, his website has morphed from kind of what you would imagine the traditional record label website into being a little bit more like a storefront. Either way, there was his releases that were designed really well. There was some cassette releases and vinyl releases. He also has Japanese import records from city pop music that's really, really cool. But he didn't stop there. He has like multiple revenue streams. In fact, he used to do sample packs. I think he still has sample packs for producers and mix engineers and artists to use. Then he created an app, like an audio plugin that's based off of a Tascam 4-track recorder. Like I said, he sells cassettes and vinyl, and he also sells the We Are Rewind cassette player as well. Basically, all sorts of products that are all kind of related. Anyway, what I found so interesting was when I went to the website and I'm just looking at all these things, I'm like, oh, I want to try that sample pack. Oh, I want to try that plugin. Oh, I want to buy that tape player. I want to buy this record. I want to buy that record. Everything felt like it was for me. I felt like this website was about me. In fact, I was the hero of this moment. My tastes were the hero. I had to click deep to find the about section or like a extra long bio or the history of the record label. I didn't even clearly find the artist or the roster or the back catalog. Those things were secondary or third or fourth place. What was most important was my tastes, the things I'm interested in. I'm interested in Japanese imports, cool vinyl, great graphic design on cassettes, cassette players, music gear, all of the stuff that they're showing me. There's like a connected thread and it all resonated with me. And I was like, this is a place for me. If this was a real storefront, I would spend hours in here. Let me reiterate. The main message of this website was me. Not only was I the target audience, I just felt like this was my website. This is like my brain, my heart, my passions in a website. But why is that surprising? Because I want you to go to your own label website. No criticism here. I do it too. But go to your own website for a second. And what do you see? You probably see an about section. You probably see your latest release. That's okay. You probably see a little bit about your artists. Go to your Instagram page or your TikTok. There's a lot about the label. There's a lot about your releases. That's normal. That's what it's for. But this is why what I discovered, I think is kind of revolutionary. The feeling I got at Inner Ocean Records website was that the site wasn't necessarily about them. It was about me. Here's what I want to communicate in today's short episode. Of course, I know that your job is to big up your artists and your releases and to build your brand. We talk about that on this show all the time, and it's still true. But the principle of this epiphany, and what I want you to take home, is that the customer is the hero. The fan is the main character in your story. The music fan is the main character in your story. Would you have said that if I asked you who is the main character of the story of your record label? Rewind 5 minutes before you started this video. If I were to ask you who's the main character in the story of your label, you would probably say, I guess it's my artists. Maybe it's my latest release. Maybe it's me. I believe it should be the music fan. Speaking of websites, I have to do this legally. I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor for this week, Squarespace. I know it's oddly connected. It seems like it was on purpose, but I swear it wasn't. But thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. You can get 10% off your own site with Squarespace by clicking the link below and using the code ORL10. That's ORL, which stands for Other Record Labels 10. Here's another way I can explain this concept. When I go to Home Depot, the message that they deliver to their customers is that the homeowner is the hero of whatever their problem is that they're trying to fix or repair. Come and easily navigate the shelves and the aisles of Home Depot. They're saying is, You can do it and we can help. Or imagine like an adventure store that sells hiking gear and camping supplies and kayaks. There's very little in that store about the history of the store or the owners of the store. It's all about me feeling empowered to be adventurous. That's why I like to go into those stores. It makes me feel excited to buy hiking boots or snowshoes or a canoe. It makes me feel like I'm an adventurous person. These stores and many other companies like it position me as the hero. I'm the Luke Skywalker. They're just the Yoda. And again, I'm not saying having an About Us section on your website or having a roster or a list of your catalog things are bad things. Of course, I think you should have those. And I don't know what this principle looks like for you. Are you going to open a storefront like InterOcean? Are you going to sell other types of products? I don't know. I'm not telling you to do that. What I just want you to take home is this concept that some business owners overthink themselves and underthink the customer a little bit too much. We put a little bit of emphasis on our story and we forget that we play just a small role in the story of the music fan. Our job as record labels is to build a bridge from the artist to the audience. So do I have any advice for you? What does this look like for your record label's website or for your record label in general? For my friend Corey at InterOcean Records is that he was making homemade tapes. People started buying those tapes. And so he thought, well, maybe they'd be interested in buying a tape player to play those tapes on. And if they're interested in buying tapes, maybe the same records released on vinyl will be of interest to them. And it was. And so if they're buying vinyl in this genre, maybe they'll buy vinyl from the same genre, but from other artists that aren't on his label. Who is that serving? It's serving the customer. It's serving the music fan to offer more what they've already shown that they like. It's putting the customer's taste first. We talk about the importance of having a niche. We talk about this a lot in our Label Mates group. We spend a whole day talking about it, and I've talked about it on the show over the past 6 or 7 years. Today's concept is basically the same thing. It's basically saying to your community, these are all the things that make up our niche, our sound, our aesthetic, our design, our formats, our passions, our values. These are the things that your fans are coming to you for. They're not coming for your catchy, funny tagline on your website or your cool logo, which is great, by the way. They're coming to you because you're a place that celebrates the things they love. Cassettes, vinyl, emo, Scandinavian metal, horror soundtracks, lo-fi beats, free jazz, summer festivals, Japanese reissues, record collecting, whatever it is, they want it. Your takeaway? Make your customer, make the audience member, make the music fan the hero of your record label. Specifically, in a way to start easily is to make them the hero of your website. When they come to you on your .com or on your social media, wherever your forward-facing platform is, make the audience the most important and make that clear to them that they are. I hope this ignites a little idea or a big idea. You're finally going to open that genre-specific record store in town, or a quaint coffee shop that sells obscure jazz records on vinyl, or a private Discord community for fans of 70s prog music, or you're hosting a monthly CD exchange for 2000s era pop and alternative rock releases. Or maybe you just make a few tweaks on your website and in your overall messaging that centers around your fan and them and their tastes and what they love. They're not spectators on the outside looking in at what you're doing. They're like the guest of honor. I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoy that. By the way, thanks again to our friends at Squarespace for sponsoring today's episode. Go to otherrecordlabels.com/Squarespace and you can get a coupon code to save when you are starting to build your website or if you want to transfer your website over. I've been using Squarespace for 10, 15 years, maybe more than 15 years now for my own website. I also use it for otherrecordlabels.com where you should come and get some free resources for indie labels. Thanks for watching.